What, is he going to commit suicide? He began dressing himself in it. What? He began dressing himself in it? Talking as he did, we can enjoy this one last pork chop together. Doug has offered it as a treat to us. The final treat before I join you. Isn't that so kind of him? I know you said we were too close before you died, that Doug and I needed to distance ourselves because it was improper for a man and a boy to meet so frequently, but I know you've changed your mind now. I know you've seen the truth about Doug and what a wonderful young person he is. He was crying, now fully adorned in the perfectly kept wedding dress. Pork chop, here I come. He went running up the stairs, the fabric of the dress swishing and swooshing noisily as he reached the top of the floor and stood outside Doug's door, knife and fork in hand. Yeah, imagine if some guy came to kill you dressed in a wedding dress with a knife and fork. Well, this is it, he said. In one sense, he was ashamed, but he knew it was exactly as Doug wanted it. By naming his dog Pork Chop, Doug had been saying this all this time, in a large, bright neon colors. Mr. Dink, eat my dog! Okay. You're finally going to get your wish, Douglas, he said as he began to choke up. He opened the door. Doug was in his bed, barely visible in the darkness. The only light provided by the moon and star light shining through the window over his bed, but Pork Chop was nowhere in sight. Mr. Dink glanced around the room, stepping fully inside and closing the door behind himself. On the carpet were dog tracks leading directly to the closed closet. That must be where the dog is hiding, he thought. Mr. Dink trembled with fear. He clutched his knife and fork in white-knuckled fists and stepped before the sliding closet door. This is it, he said, inching it open. Oh my God, he gasped. While the room was dark, the closet was fully illuminated by artificial lights. In there, bound and gagged and hanging by a bundle of ropes from the ceiling center, was a terrified and worn-looking, dress-wearing, adorned Roger Klotz. Help me, came the boy's muffled cry. But Mr. Dink, hold on a minute. Yes? Exactly. Okay, as I was reading. But Mr. Dink jumped, back in shock and confusion, spilling his cold treat onto the floor. Before he knew it, Doug had stirred from his bed, and Mr. Dink felt something sharp plunging into his side. It was only a flesh wound piercing his body from one end to the other, but it was so painful he couldn't help but scream, except that the hand reached around him from behind to stifle his cry. It was a trap. It's just too easy, said Doug victoriously. Oh, and I'd rather you didn't scream, Mr. Dink. My parents wouldn't approve. He chuckled maniacally and then bound the man with duct tape and threw him to the floor, whipping him for hours in his Quailman outfit with an electric wire. The end. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? What the hell was this? This was bizarre! It made... Okay, problem number one. Well, actually, the problem altogether is that this story made no sense. First, you are to assume that Mr. Dink and Doug were in love with each other, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Dink thinks that he has to eat Doug's dog Pork Chop, and then we find out that Roger Klotz is in the closet wearing a dress as well. So what, was Roger married to someone? I thought that Roger was supposed to be Doug's age. And then we find out that Doug wanted to capture Mr. Dink for some reason so he could whip him with an electrical wire as Quailman. And I mean, what the heck was with this story? And I mean, it's rated K+, and it's like supernatural suspense. I would just... No. They should make another category. The category should just be called WTF, because this story would fit perfectly in this category. I mean, I have seen weird stories, but this one, I just don't know what to say about it. Yes. What the fuck? Exactly. You know what? I'm the FanFic Critic. I read it, you listen, and I want it! I want it!